marked. 35 seconds to entry interface.
Gentlemen, it's been a privilege flying with you.
Stereotyping Jews is terrible.
What's up, everyone? It's Jeranism, bringing you 5 facts about the Earth we weren't taught in school.
That son of a bitch lied to us!
Number 5. The motion and blazing speed of the Earth. The actual motion, speed, and unbelievable movement of the Earth in the accepted heliocentric model of the solar system says we are spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. Now that's only 1 revolution per day, but we're also zooming 66,000 miles per hour around the Sun. But how about the entire Milky Way, which includes the Earth and the Sun, as together we are racing around the Great Attractor at 2.2 million miles per hour. That's 52,800,000 miles per day and 19,272,000,000 miles per year.
Jeranism has apparently been reading the creationist playbook of science. Probably chapter 6, where it states, big numbers are scary and therefore wrong.
It keeps getting more ridiculous. First thousands of years, then millions, then tens of millions, now hundreds of millions.
Now this great attractor we orbit is quite far. It's somewhere between 881 quintillion, 850 quadrillion miles, and 1 sextillion, 469 quintillion, 750 quadrillion miles away.
I'm so startled.
And it's huge. Eta Carinae is 5 million times the size of the Sun. Betelgeuse is 300 times larger than Eta Carinae, and VY Canis Majoris is 1 billion times bigger than the Sun. The Great Attractor is 2 sextillion, 351 quintillion, 600 quadrillion miles wide. That's 2 quadrillion, 719 trillion, 949 billion times the size of the Sun. And with all the distance and the crazy spiraling and turning, not to mention the yearly 585 million mile orbit around the Sun, on January 1st, the stars reset, and through all those 19.2 billion miles, the North Star, Polaris, remains in the same spot. And no one has ever felt anything.
So what did they forget to teach us in school? Apparently, stars cannot be big and Polaris is a lie. Why can't stars be large?
Somebody please think of the children!
Why can't Polaris be the North Star? Instead of examining the observations and dissecting the data behind the astronomy, Jeranism thinks it is sufficient to just say it's wrong.
I pity the fool who's illogical.
Why discuss parallax measurements and eclipsing binary systems as methods for measuring the size of a star if the results are big scary numbers?
1.21 gigawatts!
Let's not bother to look into the COBE satellite's data on the velocity of the Earth with respect to the cosmic background radiation, since everyone knows satellites are lies and NASA is nothing but a Bilderberg Jew lizard conspiracy.
We know we're under attack! We know it! We're breaking the conditioning! Ah!
It doesn't matter that Polaris follows a similar vector to our own, or that it has not always been the North Star due to the motion of our planet through space. What's important here is that astronomy is not science. It is a control mechanism for the global bankers.
Oh, there's only one thing better than owning a vault full of cold hard cash, and that's swimming in it.
Number 4. The sphere goes way back. Did people 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 or 3,000 years ago believe that the Earth was flat? In school, we are taught that Columbus discovered America and proved the globe. But now, they call that a myth. They now say that no educated person after 500 BC believed the Earth was anything but a sphere.
King Ferdinand hired a council of experts to debate Columbus on the diameter of the Earth. Obviously, they knew it was a globe. I'm sorry you had a lousy history teacher in 4th grade.
This is Kermit the Frog on his way to discovering America!
They even tell us about Eratosthenes, and that he measured the circumference and came within 2% of our current 24,901 mile equator. That was back in 275 BC. It is a cute little story, but clearly one of dreams and not reality.
I'm a dumbass.
First off, no books of Aristophanes have ever been found or survived antiquity, so any belief in such an experiment would be hearsay at best.
You better not tell your Christian friends about this proof. Guess you can't believe in Jesus, since Jesus never wrote anything. The New Testament must be...
would be hearsay at best. And in order for the test to work, one would need to know that the sun rays are coming in as parallel rays. And Aristophanes in 275 BC would need to know that, even though this is what he would see.
Those look like pretty fucking parallel sun rays to me.
And even if he did know that the sun was extremely far away, then he would also have to believe that this infinite sun went all the way around the Earth in 24 hours.
You have one day.
Anyway, it's a nice little story, but it's untrue. In fact, Flat Earth must have been around, considering we have maps for ages.
This is called the crocodile. Can you see this?
But the oldest globe we have is 1492. Yes, knew the Earth was a ball back in 275 BC, and just waited about 1800 years to ever try and make a model of the Earth on a sphere.
The oldest surviving globe is from 1492, but globes have been around since 150 BC. But obviously that's...
would be hearsay at best.
Since nothing can exist unless it has survived to the modern world.
Number 3, the old Coriolis wives' tale. The Coriolis effect was definitely overblown to epic proportions when taught to our growing minds in grade school.
Are you sensing a trend here? I think Jeranism had a shitty 4th grade teacher.
If I have to tell you one more time...
Edward.
Despite what we were taught, and despite what swindlers at the equator might show you, water in toilets or tubs does not go down the opposite way in the northern and southern hemisphere. In fact, this force would be extremely small and hard to see, especially with other forces which always exist. You would first need to distinguish the direction of deviation caused by the Coriolis force operating on its own, and the direction of rotation when other forces are present.
The Coriolis effect is negligible when compared to other forces, but it is also present and calculable if you enjoy cross products.
And please remember, there is no preferred coordinate system when talking about the Earth. Once you adopt a coordinate system, one gets a bunch of forces with it. And when you shift coordinate systems, some forces vanish and others appear. In an inertial coordinate system, there is no Coriolis force. In a rotating one, there is. Basically, it is a lot of nonsense.
You choose the coordinate system that best allows you to answer the question being asked. Jeranism would know this if he had taken a math class past the 4th grade. That teacher really did a number on him.
Be quiet and pay attention!
And even referred to as a fictitious force. On the site avan.com, the following is said about pseudo-forces. Today we will ask a few questions such as...
Here, Jeranism reads from a physics website, and of course, gets the point horribly wrong. The website is not suggesting that the Coriolis effect does not exist. It instead discusses the definition of a force, and if the Coriolis effect can fall under that banner. Jeranism is using an off-topic soundbite to argue a point the author is not.
We are asking the wrong questions, and that we should ask more physically meaningful questions instead. Number 2. The spin of the Earth has never been proven. Never. The spin of the Earth has never been proven. In fact, many tests have shown the opposite to be true.
Hold on to your butts.
The Michelson-Morley experiment was set up to prove that heliocentricity was true. In fact, these tests proved, much to the dismay of Michelson, that the Earth did not move and was stationary. In 1729, James Bradley proved that the ether is not carried along with the Earth. In 1913, Sagnac proved that there was an ether, which destroys relativity, which says that there is no ether. In 1925, Michelson-Gale proved that the ether passed over the Earth every 24 hours. And in 1871, Airy's failure proved that the stars move, not the Earth, which allowed in 1887 the Michelson-Morley interferometer experiment to prove without a doubt that the Earth does not move. Did you learn about these experiments in school?
Alright, slow down, Jeranism. This is a lot of 19th century science to unpack here. So much so, that I think we need another video to cover it.